So, the first presidential debate has been done, and there had been raised all types of issues that people have been waiting for to be witnessed in first direct head-on between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Texas, defense, being presidential, and so. However, on this term, Donald has been quite gentler when compared to his earlier attacks of Little Marco and Lying Ted.
Is this the debate you want playing out in the general election?
He perhaps tried to be more presidential and less Donaldy this time.
Well, Donald Trump has a straightforward way that he communicates.
During this debate, however, there have been some key points on which Donald could have taken Hillary hand to hand. Maybe those weapons will unleash, or maybe he excused Hillary. Oh well, that doesn't seem plausible. Anyways, we have listed 5 key points here which we wished Donald could torch Hillary for.
I think he's smart enough to run the country.
Number 5. Your father, my father.
You know, Donald was very fortunate in his life, and that's all to his benefit. He started his business with $14 million borrowed from his father.
Hillary claimed that Donald had been fortunate to have a rich father. Donald took it with ice. Hillary could be well reverted on this, on having a powerful husband whom she took all benefit from. And if holding his father's heritage is bad, how about her fundraising from Saudi? After all Saudi money is oil money that is not hard earned but just coincidentally found below the desert. Number 4. Tax cuts for top owners.
Mr. Trump, you're calling for tax cuts for the wealthy. I'd like you to defend that.
It's a great thing for companies to expand. And when these people are going to put billions and billions of dollars into companies, and when they're going to bring $2.5 trillion back.
Donald did revert, but just in an eccentric way of uttering that the wealthy will bring their money back.
So onerous, and the bureaucratic red tape. So what is so bad?
As this is a consistent conflict between Democrats and Republicans, Donald should have cleared that putting more money in middle class's pocket cannot come by lowering their taxes. Why can't they get better payments and therefore get the efficiency to pay better taxes as well as better buying power?
They're leaving our country to get their money because they can't bring their money back into our country.
Number 3. Clinton Foundation. This one was a must for first debate. Even Bill Clinton was confronted by Jerry Brown for his money laundering through his wife's foundation.
He is funneling money to his wife's law firm for state business. That's number 1. Number 2, his wife's law firm is representing clients before the state of Arkansas agencies, his appointees. And one of the key is the poultry industry, which his wife's law firm represents. And to read the local Chicago Tribune, there's 270 miles of Arkansas rivers that are polluted with fecal coliform bacteria and are unsafe for humans or fish. So it's not only corruption, it's an environmental disaster, and it's the kind of conflict of interest that is incompatible in the kind of public servant.
And it unsettled Bill Clinton quite seriously.
Does that make it true? I was shocked by it. I was shocked by it because I don't think someone in government should be funneling money to his wife's law firm.
Governor Clinton, you were poking your finger at him. He poked it back. It's your turn.
Number 2. Respect for women.
What possessed you to come here 12 and a half hours early for the Trump rally?
My kids are going to remember this. Their kids are going to remember this. And I grew up with my family loving Trump.
Not bringing this point was a major fail. Though Donald did indicate that he could have raised a few things that he is not pushing right now, as those seem cheap to him.
Yeah, Hillary's an advocate for women, as long as you're not one of those women unlucky enough to have been sexually assaulted or raped by her husband.
Hillary had been pushing on a demeaning campaign to Donald by synchronizing his politically incorrect words towards women. And Donald could have easily, maybe indirectly, point his support for his husband's harassing of Monica Lewinsky and other White House mistresses he had.
So upsetting to see Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton do the things that they do now and have the past that they have on this situation.
All aspects of my life, whether it's the tragic death of our daughter Lori or the fact that I was fired at Hewlett-Packard and why. People cannot trust you if they do not know you. And Mrs. Clinton's biggest problem is that people do not trust her, and there's so much evidence as to why they don't.
Number 1. Benghazi.
there's no evidence for a video-inspired protest, then where'd the false narrative start? Started with you, Madam Secretary. At 10:08, with no evidence. At 10:08, before the attack is over. At 10:08,
it was quite unbelievable that Benghazi was not coined during the first debate. Perhaps Donald is holding this error for the coming debates, but it was a very, very important occasion to bring Hillary down in the very first round in the ring.
we know, not we think, not it might be, we know the attack in Libya had nothing to do with the film. It was a planned attack, not a protest.
Just to think about what those poor parents, loved ones, spouses, children, the family members, I can't even imagine the pain that they had to endure because of this. And then to know that it could have been prevented, and it wasn't. My heart goes out to them, and I don't know how they can deal with it on a daily basis, knowing that this woman is running for president of the United States of America is just inconceivable to me.
In Benghazi, the issue was Muslim terrorism again, and Hillary blamed it on a video. And in Orlando is a Muslim terrorist again, and she based it on the guy being a lunatic. Omar Mateen, Orlando murderer, the slaughterer, the guy that killed all those 50 innocent people in Orlando, he's no lone wolf. Do not let the media fool you. He's no lone wolf.
Missing Benghazi is a great miss, because however prepared Hillary could be, a proper utilization of Benghazi at the right time could have grounded her in one big blow.